Alrighty. G'day, 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 beautiful people of the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Boop! I feel like playing some more Overlooting, so we will. We still need to do... Boop! Occultist, Ironclad, Pirate, Samurai, Cthulhu Cultist, Barbarian, Necromancer, and Wizard, and hurt yourself to death. The Ironclad and the Occultist don't seem too impossible. I think we'll play as Shadow. Start with the bird. Bird is the word that you heard. Take the weapon. What passives have we got? Magic can crit. This pushes us towards maybe trying the Occultist. Slight enemy damage plus slight healing. Both are quite nice. Second weapon. The game's just giving me more and more of this weapon. Alright. I kind of had been hoping to do the Potion Master one, given that we got this, but if it's going to keep giving us the poison one, maybe we accept and embrace... This has synergy with poison. We embrace the Necromancer build. Yep, we can poison Spike Max. Now I would want raw armor, so the hat. You did, Newt Newt? I think it starts a bit too slow and easy, but by the end, those last two worlds are actually pretty good. They feel pretty Zelda-y. Okay, our second tier ones are... If you have a status, a negative status, mind you, you take half damage. You also remember hating the roller coaster levels? I did not like them. Old Man Blobber doesn't have the reaction speed for how quick the roller coaster is in combination with how short the draw distance is of the PlayStation. I guess we're going to commit to not being Magic Man. So we'll take the slight healing, slight damage one. Boots. Don't really love any of these. I guess the sword the most in case we swap into being even more Roman Legion man. This armor is strictly better than the Roman Legionary armor, but it would cost me my Roman Legion set bonus, so for the moment it's a no. That could get better than the spike eventually, so we will accept it. Have I ever looked at the Curious Expedition? No, I don't think I've heard of it. I have looked into Pengu now, though. I know that I can get Pengu to work. So we have that to look forward to. Noot, noot! Probably the shoes. Is it even a good game? That I don't know, but it works. So, we will get to see. Oh yeah, it's an original Game Boy game. So it's no spring chicken. Bit more armor. What's our stat up? We got thorns. The arming sword. No, I should keep working on the breastplate there, I think. Except the game really wants me to do the sword. I'm going to take the hat. I'm going to upgrade the royal dagger. But I should go with the breastplate, and then we can breastplate stack all the way up to maximum breastplate. Slightly better shoes. Better hat that we can stack if necessary. It's $2 right now. It's a bit less replayable than FTL. Oh, let's have a quick look. Okay, there's no the. I mean, at like $2, it's kind of hard to not get $2 worth of value out of something. Stack, stack, stack. I could do these three. And then if I trade the boots, I can do these three. And then we're out of stackability. I mean, yeah. The things that are like fixed events, you like learn which ones are the good options, but that's fine. I don't really want a hat stack. I feel like I want the boots more. But I am taking damage, so hat stacking does make sense for the moment. Boots. Good treasure chest. Okay. I don't really love any of these. I don't like shields. I prefer having two weapons. The boots contribute to my being Necromancer Man idea. You're the least likely. Let's re-roll. It's too late, we've already gone not occultist. So I think the necklace wins. 20 extra swiftness. They all suck. The ring, we aren't using a ring yet, so a little bit of extra crit chance doesn't hurt. Our healing is no longer keeping up, which is a bit troublesome. We can get some better boots. Same ring? Keep stacking the same ring. Ideally, I need some source of lifesteal. Or regen. Oh, yay. I do like the idea of becoming Super Stun Man. I'm gonna accept that we lose the ring. And that's it. Almost dead. Another court dagger. I think I do have to burn a potion. There we go. Healing or an upgrade? I do have one healing potion. And I kind of like the idea of doing the Royal Dagger. And then using the other Royal Dagger as well. But I'm still one off enough royalty. Ow. Angry. Wound you. Nah, we're not gonna have enough health. Rip. Ay. Well, Birdman gets 2 more goes before we cycle back through the list. Good luck, shoes. What passives do we have? If you're poisoned yourself, you poison the enemy. Hex the enemy. This one is really nice early. It minimizes a lot of early damage, the free armor one. More weapons. You didn't hear that, but Doggo is woof woofing. I might need to go check on her in a sec. That is a lot of poison. Yeah, she's woof woofing. Woof woof woof. We are doing some Doggo babysitting. Her, one of her sons is visiting. Take the armor. And he is a bit noisier. She's very good at basically never barking ever. But he is a little bit more... There's a bird! Rawr, 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 rawr. Birdo! Rawr, 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 rawr. Take the hat. Okay, we're going to go with the armor one? Well, what are our second tiers? You always do at least one physical damage, and all damage you do in excess of this is instead poison. I love that one. Get armor back. We will start with bonus armor, and then we're going to take the get free armor one, I think. That kind of says maybe we could build up the armor class, Ironclad. Yeah, the bird. He's in my yard. Woof, woof, woof. Doesn't like the bloody birds. The game wants me to Jitte max, but I feel like I'd rather do the shoes. I will take the weapon boost. Keeps pushing those Jittes at me. I'll take the higher rarity. More armor. An Aussie loot goblin. A bunyip, perhaps? Stat boost. We got built-in swiftness. Yeah, our total armor is actually really good at the moment. It won't be great versus bosses. So we would ideally find a Thorn 1 something. Perfect early morning time. What do we upgrade? I'm going to do the Poison Thorn thing. There we go. There's a second Poison Thorn thing. So now we get some extra health and regen all the time. That regen is a big deal. We definitely had enough armor to survive most things, but now the regen pushes that over the top. Better shoes. Okay. We keep the Gladius, but the Jitte, the old shoes go away. Then these three go away. I guess I will admit that maybe we don't max out that armor if it lets us do one more. Maybe we become Necromancer Man. It is one of the classes that we still need to do. There's a very good ring. A very good pair of rings. It's also very nice boots, or we could re-roll. I don't want the rings because it would turn off my regen thing. I think we re-roll. Possibly evil boots. That would let us finish maxing out the little sword, so we do that. That would finish maxing out the boots. We don't have a necklace at the moment, so we take the greed necklace. We just got a better tier of boots, so I don't want the crappier boots. For the sake of being boots, I do want them because they're a better rarity for blacksmithing. Sure. We'll have the pirate sword. Why not? Thorn boots, we might swap out of being so Roman. Same with the crown. But then I'm kind of forced to choose. Or I could re-roll some purples. But I think we're better off accepting that that crown is no longer really a thing. And then I'm out of stuff that I can actually do. They all suck. Of course, they give me more of the hat once I had used it in the blacksmith. Always the way. They're both the same rarity, so we'll take the boots that we can stack. Finish off upgrading the poison branch. It is now hideously poisonous. I think we need to use one healing potion here or else a weakness. I'd rather use the weakness. Okay, we get away with not using a healing potion. We can increase our built-in spikiness. That is nice, because it lets me lose the ring if I really want to. And we do still need to do samurai. So that serves multiple purposes, right? Nope, none of those. They don't fit the classes we're trying to do at the moment. And there we go, we get a lifesteal. It does mean we give up one of our thorniness, but instead we gain a whole heap of lifesteal. And some crit chance and crit damage. Not that our crit chance is worth trying to stack. These all suck, so it doesn't matter. These all suck. I'd rather the pirate set. We still need to win with pirate. And it should be possible, because several of those items have dodge. The tough thing about pirate is that the bonuses don't directly help you in combat. None of those. Maybe this on the grounds that it gives us more lifesteal. We could replace the luck amulet. Or do we re-roll? We do need to do this class still. Right. Yeah, I do still need to do that class. So I'll grab you. These all kind of suck. Alright, now we actually have to start throwing other things away. We've run out of space, and the next blacksmith is still an age away. These all kind of suck. They are better rarity than these three, though, so dump dump. We get to look what our tier 3s are. We have enemies on less than half health take triple damage. If you have 3 stacks of a status, you gain triple attack. At the end of the 3rd round, gain 10 regen, 100% damage amp, and 1 invulnerability. The 10 regen there is huge, with this regen equals damage. Between that and the every round gain 10 armor, I think we would largely be invulnerable. Damage amp is also nice. Yeah, doubling your damage is also nice. Well, assuming you're going from 0 damage amp. Nope, we've already maxed the poison branch. But it's more useful to us to maybe have another one. We could maybe build up a second poison stick and go double poison stick. Boots. The boots are more useful than the barbarian boots, but I should probably get rid of that ring now. And that then means I should get rid of the dagger. It's probably about time to trade away some of our Romanness. Epic hat is better than non-epic hat. Okay, are we going to trade away some of our Romanness? We can trade the hat. And the boots. And now we're level 4 spiky, but only level 2 Roman. So we take more damage, but we deal more damage. We also regen a bit stronger. You aren't at least rare, so trade you for the rare. Throw away the common. It also gives us back some thorns. We were Dark Thorn set without any actual thorns. I think we can handle stronger enemies for better loot. But we have the regen and armor get back every turn to tank our way through. Yeah. The rare axe is better than the Roman sword. Potentially. At the moment, the sword is slightly better because it's giving us our Roman set bonus. It's like slightly worse as a weapon, but slightly better overall because it gives us the set bonus. I mean, we take the legendary, right? So we lose the hat. That's actually getting worrying. Plant Doggo was doing too much damage there. Roman boots are better than Necromancer boots. Alright, what do we level up? Kind of want to say the Lifesteal Ring, but I also like saying the Axe. The Axe would give us a whole mess more damage. Now I'll do the Lifesteal Ring. And we'll trade away from the Good Luck Amulet to the even more Lifesteal. I need the regen at the moment. Yeah, because Zombie Man is about to kill us if I don't. So, 1 healing potion. I think I need to use a 2nd healing potion, given how much poison accumulated on us. Another epic. And then we are almost at the blacksmith. No, I should take the epic. So, goodbye you. Alright, we maybe like the idea of the boots. I don't like you. I don't like you. Well, actually, if I don't like the boots, I don't like those either. So grab all 3 of them. Jap Amulet, I'm not that interested in. These 3. Thorn Shield. It would mean stop giving up being Roman. But I think that's okay now. We trade the shield out. Well, in for the sword. What do I do for our last one? Blue, blue, blue? Or do I re-roll this Jap Amulet? I think I re-roll the Jap Amulet. We get an Evil Mask, which would put us up to level 3 of evilness, while still preserving our lifesteal. regen set. First set of evilness gives us an 80% damage increase, but we lose 2 health every turn. The idea being that between the lifesteal percent and the extra damage we do, that we absorb more than the 2... Like, it costs us 2 life to attack, but our attacks now do so much extra damage that the lifesteal hopefully gets that 2 life back. Certainly seems to be happening so far. Upgrade for the Ultra Face Mask. Sure, even more damage multiplier. A slight increase in armor. Epic boots or something that we can stack. The next blacksmith isn't that far away, but it's still closer than I have item storage. So I should stack. This actually suits what we're currently doing here. I might be able to go up to level 5 evilness. I'd only need 1 more. Also, I hadn't quite realized that damage amplification works with thorns so well. Boost the rare to an epic. Same again, boost the rare to an epic. There's maybe even a case for trading into that new armor instead of this armor. Because it gets us 1 closer to being the next thorn set. Okay. You, and you. Pirate amulet, not interested. You and these 2 to re-roll it. Another mask, which does work. We've almost mask maxed. I guess I'll give up the axe to re-roll the pirate amulet. And we can all the way mask max. So our damage multiplier is off the charts. Almost 200% damage multiplier. I need 1 more evilness item. So ideally, evil shoes. I think ideally evil shoes. Still an epic. So for the moment, yes. Okay, what do we upgrade? We could boost the ring all the way to max. Seems reasonable. Now, you want to kill this guy first, is my general experience with this. Let's spend some potion. think I need to use a healing potion here. We've accidentally killed the other one first, but now it's fine. My passive regen-based damage was doing too much to the crappier dragon. We get offered another Thorns. What I really want is a Faceless, though, so we're going to try and greed reroll. I am punished. We take the evil Thorns. This takes us up to level 6 Thorns, which raises our max health even more. We're offered at Mythic. Do we want the counterattack shoes? They are 100% counterattack. Which definitely has something to be said for it. The shield of weirdness, I don't love that shield. And then this would go well with being Necromancer Man, but we aren't Necromancer Man. I think the shoes went out of these, and then... Well, actually, no, the shoes very much went out of these. Or do we re-roll and try and get a weapon? Like, if I got offered the lifesteal for more attack over time weapon, I would definitely take that. Do we risk it, biscuit? Something that's pretty good for something that could be ultra good. What else is there on offer? There's the dodge cloak. I prefer my current... No, I think the shoes are about the best. We'd want shoes or a weapon, but there's no guarantee we get offered a weapon, so we'll accept the shoes. Unfortunately, that means I'm giving up level 6 regen man set. But now we constantly counter. My hope there is that countering... The lifesteal plus counter might do more than the extra regen. Should be so. As long as the enemy isn't Ultra Thorns based. Super treasure chest. There's a weapon. I definitely don't want the other two. It is more damage amp, but it's not actually that much more damage. Especially once you plug in that 12 poisonous. Once you plug in the 12 poisonous, this isn't better. We'll reroll. Then I am punished for my greed. Take the mask. Not really any of these, we'll just take an epic. Trouble is we don't dodge enough for this. Our dodge is only 1 in 8. Yeah, the thorn boots are actually probably better. I do still need to finish upping the... Sorry boots, you aren't good enough. Now we were going to take the after 3 turns gain infinite regen... functionally. Huge amount of damage amplification and 1 turn of invulnerable. None of these are particularly relevant to us. That levels up our currently being used shield, so alright. You stack with the sword. Maybe we can upgrade something and get it to stack. There we go. None of these especially. But you're only a rare, so upgrade to an epic. Doggo goes first, because doggo scaling is scary. That is getting to the point of wanting to trade that out. But I still need one more cultist thing. Yeah, I want that. That's definitely worth carrying over the necklace. Full heal is worth carrying over the falchion. Cultist shoes. Would let us become level 5 cultist. I trade the shoes. And I trade the weapon. We become level 5, which is an extra 40% damage amp. But it also is less damage to ourself. Sure, those stack. Why not? In fact, that's enough that I can fully stack them together, which I should have done. I'm an idiot for not doing that. Thankfully, I'm not too punished. I could finish upgrading the shield. Or I could do the scythe. The scythe is probably the better thing. Because its damage gets multiplied by our damage amplification, and I'm more likely to get another shield than I am finish upgrading that. None of these especially. If I've got this, I don't need the second one. Unless I want to flip into 2 of them instead of the... instead of this. That would let me change the boots back. I think that's worth carrying around more than carrying around a legendary thing that I'm not going to use. These all suck. Alright. Hat. Time to try and reroll you. Armor that we're never going to use. Try and reroll you as well. Ring that we're never going to use. Try and reroll you as well. Shield that we're never going to use. And we're out of rerolls. Can't say we didn't try. No, I've already got a better shield, but it is still an epic and in the sets that we're using, so it's more useful than the epic outside of the sets that we're not using. That can stack. Okay, do we want the dodge cape, the sword of ignore barriers, thorns, and weakness? Actually, it's kind of worse than that. Well, it's kind of better because of the damage amplification. And then the hat of extra regen, and regen equals kill negative statuses. This is very useful against boss man. Or do we reroll and try and get a better weapon? Let's reroll and try and get a better weapon. The insta-kill dagger. The armor of angriness. But we aren't an anger build. And then the silly shield. No, I think the dagger wins. Does it win enough to replace this? I don't love giving up our level 5 facelessness. And it also cripples our base damage, right? 9 to 30 instead of 7 to 9. So what, this is on average 8 and this is on average essentially 20. So it's more than twice as much base damage. No, more than twice as much base damage. Oh! Doggo scaled too much. Death by doggo. Womp womp! Okay, last go of Birdo before we cycle through. Should have watched Doggo's damage a bit more closely. Take the weapon. What passives this time? I've got the armor one again. Armor. Regen amulet early is huge. Legionary boots, we're going for legionary. None of those are particularly appealing. Out of dodge. So the bonus armor, but let's look at our second tier ones. When you kill an enemy, gain damage amplification for the rest of the fight. Every third turn become invulnerable. Mana burst applies on hit effects. Gain magic damage base. This works really well if we're going to try and become Potion Man. Potion Wizard Man. Or else like Wizard Poison. Or Wizard Stun. I mean, the armor is always going to win out of those three. For the next one, I'm a bit more torn between the invulnerable every third turn and the possibly magic build facilitating one. Trade the hat. Good luck hat. Help us greed. Stack the weapons so that we always kill Fluffy Bun Bun now. We aren't using a ring at the moment, so we've got space for it. Might as well start using it. Jitte max in case we can get it all the way to the top. There we go. Jitte ultra maxed stat boost. We got built-in magic damage. Boost the good luck hat. Take the rarer armor. It's at least as good as the current armor. Better shoes, why not? Upgrade the amulet, it's our highest rarity thing, and taking it all the way up to 3 is fantastic. These all suck for what we're trying to do. Ooh, that's harder. I mean, I take this for the good luck aspect. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's all. So what I do is I trade between our 2 amulets when I actually start taking damage. But until then we use it to greed more. Rare chest gives us crown, amulet, crown. The amulet isn't the worst, but I'd rather re-roll. Wizard ring, which would give us mana burst. And we have base magic damage, naturally. I think the game wants us to do the wizard build. We also got given wizard robes. So now what we want to do is replace the Jitte or the Gladius with a magic weapon. We're going to be full only just ever so slightly before we hit the blacksmith. Fairy boots or wizard boots? I'm supposed to be trying to do wizard. Scullery is the best rarity. Okay, I need to trade the amulets back. Wizard staff can replace Gladius. Okay, and then what do we ditch? We ditch you. Actually, no, I should do the 3 blues first. Blue. Fail. And now do I re-roll this, or do I try and... Yeah, I re-roll that. Cycle away these. Wizard hat. It sucks to be getting rid of the good luck. But even more mana burst damage is quite nice. I think I die if I don't heal, so I will do the healing. Oh, I think I have to heal again. Jitte for another magic source. I think I have to heal myself here. And even then we're at risk of dying. Poison you. Wound you. Yep. Death by multi-attack lion. Okay, we said we were giving lion, Birdman no more goes. We cycle back to Max. To Dogman. Base armor and damage amp. The free kill against really weak enemy thing. Or weakness them. Got to take the dodge boots here. They're the best rarity. Need a weapon. We need a weapon before we get up to Fluffy Bun Bun. Boots suck. We'll take the second weapon. Early regen is super nice, so we'll take the regen amulet. Boost the Shotel. Further boost the Shotel? I guess we'll work towards further boosting the Shotel. And that actually means that I should probably... Well, I was going to say probably swap the Shotel for that, but now that I've gained the Thief Mask, there's probably a case for staying in Thief. This at least scales with you the whole game. Whereas this is really strong early and really not so great at the end of the game. I'm going to take the one that scales the whole game. We need a bit more extra armor. Otherwise the regen amulet doesn't get to do its thing. They all suck. Better armor. I might need to spend that healing potion. Ooh, that's a tough choice. I'm going to do the Shotel and we will Shotel max. They all suck. I need to use a heal or else I'm going to die, so we just use the heal. We could stack the dodge hat even more. Or we could get a weapon to replace the assassin dagger. I think I'd prefer the weapon. 2 built-in poisonous isn't amazing, but it isn't great. I would have preferred a built-in regen. I was thinking about swapping out the hat, but I don't think it's worth it at the moment. You are better than the samurai armor. We will swap you out, and then that does make swapping out the hat worthwhile because it takes us up to level 4 Sylvan. Boost the regen amulet. Doubles our passive healing. Take the rare one. You are slightly better than this in terms of being armor, but you would cost us our Sylvan bonus, so no, our Sylvan set bonus. Okay, common, common, common. Common, common, common. Uncommon, uncommon, uncommon. A hat that we're never going to use. Well, so be it. Level up the hat. That hat is nominally better than this one. So trade over. I care about the dodge more than I care about the swiftness. More dodge. None of these are particularly interesting to us. Maybe the samurai one? Reroll. We aren't currently using a ring, so we'll take the samurai ring. We are approaching 100% swiftness. We've already Shotel maxed, so you're not useful. Grab the uncommon. They all suck. They all suck. What the hell are we going to build towards? At the moment it looks like samurai. If you force 3 upgraded items together, yes. Yes, Fry Heights. So you can use that to try and roll higher level stuff. Usually I prefer, like, 80-something, even maybe higher percent of the time, I prefer just triangling them up to higher rarity rather than trying to use it to level boost as we reroll. I'd rather use the rerolling for... I'd rather use the blacksmith to take 3 things of one tier and boost them up to the next tier, rather than 3 random things just to try and reroll whatever is the highest rarity one. Usually. The shield is fine. We can stack it in an emergency. Right, so here I could... Have I got any that I actually... I could use the hat and some of my stuff that I'm actually using to try and reroll something. But I'd rather just go rare, rare, rare up to epic. And then uncommon, uncommon, uncommon up to rare. Now that I don't have anything else to do, I'm okay with, like, rerolling that epic, maybe. We could become Samurai Man. Stack the rings if we're going to accept Samurai Man. We'll trade for the Shotel, which lets us do 3 commons. And the 3 commons lets us do 3 uncommons. Trade the boots for Samurai Boots. Beautiful. That almost stacks that ring. Samurai, even better boots. Even better boots. We need a life source other than our amulet, ideally. I'll offer it. Or else we need better armor. You are better armor. You're slightly worse dodge, but a lot better counterattack. Level up the regen amulet to max. And our enemy is tree. I can take a hit. I think if I focus fire tree now, we kill tree before he gets to use his bomb thing, yeah. Alright. Alright. Samurai, we kind of want to try and finish the Samurai maybe this run. Yeah, I'll take the Samurai one. Super Samurai Boots. Or a Super Samurai... No, I take the boots. Even more swiftness, like twice as much swiftness. Twice as much armor. But only tiny improvement to dodge. We are still using the Shamshir, so we'll take that. That can be of use. We're very glass cannon-y. Like, our armor is very low. Take the epic. There is an epic fairy armor. And it is better at dodging, so I will accept that. It costs us 1 level of Sylvan, but gets us a fairy. The fairy lets us build up swiftness across the course of the fight. We're gonna run out of space, so let's stack those amulets. These all suck. These all suck. Okay, do we want, if you only have one set bonus, get extra buff. That's kind of not good for us at the moment because we're activating 2 other sets. Or the starting damage amplification that gets worse over time. Or enemies reflect damage to themselves. Well, our final ones are if you've got 2 weapons, triple attack. Oh no, sorry, double. You don't lose anger. Anger stays stacked. And if you attack someone that hasn't been attacked this turn yet, gain a... But this is amazing if you've built a counter-attack dodge thing. As well as high swiftness. High swiftness really works with this as well. Fights seldom last longer than 5 turns. The thing is, fights against bosses are the actual hard thing, and they're the fights that are going to last more than 5 turns. You usually don't... You do need to be able to beat normal fights, but you kind of usually have to build for beating the bosses more than build for beating the normal fights. It's not this one. I have too many sets. So it's either enemies reflect or the damage that slowly gets worse. It's going to be slightly bad for bosses, but we're still going to take this. I don't like that it's going to eventually not be great against bosses. Fights that last 7 or 8 turns against bosses will be strictly made kind of crappy. Take the rare, even if it's not a rare we want. I need to make space. We will throw the crappy shoes. These all suck. Not interested. We cannot handle fighting better enemies for better loot. We're already taking too much damage. Trade for that because I might trade into this for the full samurai set level 5 or 6. So that can stay. The rest of this is garbage as far as we're concerned. We will take the enemy's self-hurt a bit, making it easier to kill them. We've already maxed the Shamshir, so you're not useful. The other things are also not useful, though. Nothing else is leveled up, so we'll abandon these 2 to carry more rares. Desperately need some lifesteal. Or else better, slightly better armor. These all suck. Not interested. What do we level up? The shoes make the most sense. They get our dodge up to 40% now. Level the sword. Boots that we're never going to use, but they are a higher rarity. Even rarer boots. Alright. Okay, blacksmith time. Now this gives us a whole bunch of healing, which is nice. So we had incremented a fair bit of damage. A hat that we don't want. Another hat that we don't particularly want. I think I'm better off re-rolling this one now than trying to stack the others up. No. No. Game hates us. Unless I'm willing to re-roll that ring, which I don't want to do because of this. No, we stick with what we've got and we say we'll collect enough stuff between here and the next blacksmith. These all suck. You are at least a higher rarity. Have another copy of the shoes? No. Reroll. Can't really have anything that we want. Regen amulet is already maxed. It doesn't hurt to have a second. Still equal highest rarity. Gotta be a bit mindful of that poison. Yes to the sword. Carry that around. We're trying to level that up. They all suck. Some potions. Yes. Please. Doggos go first because they scale in scary ways. Okay, this is a bit more of a real choice. A sword that is better, or more dodge armor level up. What level samurai do we need to be for the achievement? 5 or 6? You need to be 6. I can get one more by trading out the hat. And then probably an amulet eventually, because the legendary amulet is fairly okay for that. But then I probably actually lose the shoes to the swiftness shoes. So I think we take the weapon. Flip the weapon over. It does cost me a 1 minimum damage, but instead we get 20 swiftness, 20 counterattack. And our dodge is good enough that we actually make, like you just saw there, we make excellent use of the counterattack. Epic is better than uncommon. And we don't have any other stacked things that we care about, so just the epic. Ow. Epic is still better than rare. Blacksmith time. This will also heal us. So, you and these two to reroll. Get a hat that we'll never use. These three. That we might actually use because it's a samurai weapon. At the moment, I don't need the swiftness that this grants. And this does do slightly higher base damage. So at the moment, you are better off that way. And I don't have enough stuff to stack again. The stunning actually works nicely with our regen amulet. The amount of poison is getting a bit much. I think I need to use one healing potion. These all suck. Fantastic dodging there. Lifesteal ring. If I could get another source of convenient samurai-ness, then maybe. I don't need this swiftness that much. The counter, however, is kind of valuable on this. More than these weapon. But I need the life gain for the moment, so I have to swap over. And we level up the boots to max? Or do we start leveling up the weapon? I think the boots. Get our dodge to full 50%. This is an enemy where you kind of want to rush the main boss man. Because if you kill the sidekicks too many times, he gets too strong. And we're going to kill the sidekicks passively anyway. Very neatly done. Okay, we want Samurai and or Sylvan. That offers a Sylvan, but that's not enough. That offers a Samurai. We need Samurai, we take Samurai. We are offered the Anger Armor, but we're not Anger Man. The Insta-Kill Dagger, but it doesn't work on bosses, so who cares? Or actually, we don't know if it works on bosses. We need to test that, actually. But now is not the time for testing, or a staff that we're not going to use because we're not a wizard. So no, reroll all of them. We can have a shield of Thorns gets added to attack, but we're not Thorns build, so no. Shield of, if you have the weird shield, which I'm not interested in, and then the stunning ring. That's the best of what that's there, but I don't know that we're going to use it. I think I prefer the lifesteal. It would get our bludgeoning up to 30%. No, I think the lifesteal is worth more. None of these are useful to us, at least that can stack. You're at least epic. You're at least epic. I was kind of hoping for another copy of this, this weapon. Stack them together. So even better bludgeon and a modest increase in our base damage. Epic. Doggo goes first because Doggo scales scarily. None of these are useful to us. They're all equally useless. We definitely apply a lot of status effects to the enemy. That ring is actually less... Oh no, but it's a necklace. I was going to say that ring is less good than the other ring, but it's a necklace, so trade in for it. Gives us a chance at more samurai-ness. We're going to take the 2-weapon one, or are we going to take the... No, we'll take the free barrier one. Oh, it's not this... It's only once per combat. That's less good. That's on my fault for misunderstanding what that meant. I can give this up now, but it gives up almost all of our counterattack. And it wouldn't push me to level 5 samurai-ness. I'd need to do the necklace as well. Oh, sorry, level 6 samurai-ness, my bad. You're a legendary. Even if you're not one that I particularly want. You're a legendary, even if you're not one that I particularly want. It's time to finally abandon the regen amulet. And accept that that armor is never going to level up. That is a much better lifesteal ring, so we will take that. Boop. It's lifesteal and crit chance, not just the lifesteal. Boost the necklace, even though we fully expect to get a better necklace. These all suck. You're at least legendary. The full heal is more useful. The Emo Golduck has been replaced by Hobo Link. Hobo Link? G'day, Mirage. Do I get rid of the Bludgeon Punish ring? I think I prefer the Lifesteal ring. We get rid of that shield for the full heal. These all suck. We've already leveled up the shoes to max, so the shoes are useless. I suppose they are at least a legendary. It'd be nice if we'd actually hitting this enemy. None of these are useful. You are at least a legendary. Okay. I think we're not going to swap the ring back out. So I think we admit that these are gone. We definitely need a better hat. These are both being level 1 hurts. But I think I do the lifesteal ring here. None of them are interesting enough for us. Yes, because it lets us boost our dodge. Dodge is now 60%. Shoes are not that useful. Nothing is too useful. Alright, we try re-rolling. We get one of the rings. A hat that we don't want. And then a ring. So I can ring max. And it actually raises my crit chance fairly high, now that the ring is maxed. Coin flip on whether we crit or not. One, two. We still would like a better hat. The hat is currently our worst thing. Please, mythic hat. No, reroll. That is a mythic hat, and it does do dodge. It does slightly better dodge than that does. So, alright. I got my wish. Now the doggo is terrifying. Not the guy that gets more attacks when you attack him directly. I kind of do like that that stacks. But none of our other stuff is stacked. So I'm just better off taking whatever is highest rarity. Might also be time to admit that we're not going to use that ring and that it's just taking up space. Another life steal ring, so I should have done the hammer and not the ring. Technically, that might help me get something that I want, so we will take the weird necklace, swap into the weird necklace, re-roll our other stuff, trying to get another headgear, fail. Better armor, maybe, if we get one more of them. I need you dead now. Oh, good lord. Phew! We could also level up the ring yet, so the ring is the correct choice there. There we go, we can armor max. It's the final thing to do. So I do the hammer. We're going to trade our necklace. We are level 6 samurai, so if we win we should get the winning with samurai set Achievo. Stun locked the boss. We keep killing his little minions. Quickly enough that he doesn't get to eat them. And a reasonable percent of the time when we counterattack him, he's stunned. Hail happily. Holy... That was a lot of... That was a lot of hex damage going off. Oh! The new spawns count as new things. That's so good! It means we get a barrier whenever he summons a new guy. Yeah, we're pretty set here. With 14 starting barrier, it is hard to imagine this guy beating us. We want to kill the multi-attack man first, then. Because that's still the greatest threat to us. That he multi-attacks through our dodge and barriers. Then get rid of the guy that's giving them barriers. I do have to watch his poison. Poison is just costing us barriers at the moment, though. I am tempted to spend our... Yeah, I'm going to spend our Philosopher's Stone to get rid of the... I'm not allowed to. Okay. I was going to use it to get rid of the stats. Let's make ourselves angrier. Let's minimize your damage down to nothing. Okay, there we go. Now I can. Status is cured. But it looks like it's going to take me too long to kill him. But he's going to poison me to death. There's our bonus life gone. Yep, too much poison. So close. Okay. Doggo gets one more go, and then we swap over to Cat Girl. Dagger. So close. Spiky poison thorn thingy. Good luck, boots. Mm. 19 stacks per turn. We were generating a lot of negative statuses, but the enemy also generates a lot of negative statuses. Pirate weapon. Maybe we do our pirate build this time. Actual armor. I should also prioritize the pirate sword over the normal sword. These all suck. I don't want any of them. Yeah, he gave a lot of poisons, which is... He gives poisons per attack, which is why we wanted to kill the multi-attack guy first. From memory. Okay, our tier 2s, armor gets converted to barrier. This is good for armor maxing, and if you get that armor at the end of every turn armor. Rage makes you always crit. We could maybe use that with the Anger Cultist. And counter triggers even if you don't dodge. I kind of like the armor one. We do still need to win with the super armor set. The armor set also synergizes well with the increased max health. So we'll take the health maxing early bonus. No, we'll take the necklace. So really, I should have, if anything, drawn out the fight against the semi-boss longer to save up even more barrier stacks. Armor. Armor boots will become level 4 Roman Legionary. Maybe the weapon might change out of being Roman weapon. These all suck. Not interested in any of them. What is our built-in stat now? 1 barrier. Does play into our trying to do barrier build. Although so would thorns and regen. Better armor. We can get one more armor type, barrier type item. And we could trade the armor. Level the sword, it's our best thing. Also does the best for our damage. There we go, boots. So we give up 1 level of Romanness to gain extra armor, and our barriers now hurt the enemies when they attack. It's kind of just worse thorns, honestly, because it's conditional thorns. If we want to change into thorns, which we would, over the legionary, this weapon helps. We need a second legionary, a second thorns item first. Start stacking. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Am I willing to give up any of those to... No. Do more rolling? I'd rather wait for the next blacksmith. They all suck. That is definitely improvement over the basic Roman sword, the rare Roman sword, so we will accept that. These all suck. I don't really want any of these, so we'll reroll. Better helmet. Or, no, we'll take the extra this. Keep it around. Keep in mind that we can swap the Roman for a spininess if we get the ring. We're really looking for the Ring of Thorns. That's what we would expect to find. There we go. Ring of Thorns. Speak of the devil. So we have transitioned out of Roman into spikiness. Which means we now have a regen just passively. And it also means the enemies attacking us with our barriers have to take barrier damage and thorn damage. The hat? No, I don't do magic damage, so the hat isn't good. I guess the bear boots. The hat is more useful for working towards our being full-on Ironside man, full-on shield barrier man, so we trade the hat out. You are better, but I'm just going to disassemble you at the blacksmith. We might want that armor rather than this armor. Yes. I don't care about the sword, or you, or the boots. We get a really nice amulet, which lets us become level 4 Spiky Boy. And now I would need to sacrifice one other thing if I was going to do more. So I think we just re-roll our hat. And we accept that we aren't Pirate Man. Even though we leveled that up. We smack the opponent with lots of poisonous holly branches. That could be useful for controlling our relative percents thorn to block man, so we'll keep that ring. Next level thorn ring. What do we do here? The amulet? Or we could boost the branch. I'll boost this branch. That way if we get another weapon, I can trade these into the same as having leveled that up and still have the other weapon. Now we know how to deal with Slime Mama. It's kill her one attack, then kill the babies one attack. Repeat. Also, the amount of poison that I apply is hideous. 16 poison. We really want the Ironclad passive. Do I reroll and try and get Ironclad Darkthorn? Greed. Punished. Ironclad Pirate. That armor is definitely a level up from this. So, okay. And it won't cost us a Blackthorn set at the moment. And in fact, this even has better thorns than the other one, even though the other one is the Thorns armor. You're still worth having around and trying to level up, though, in case we want to manipulate our relative percents. There we go. So we can combine those, we grab you, but that then means I want to trade the armor back, so that we have 4 and 4 rather than 5 and 3. And my investing in the poison branches the way I did earlier also made the boss really, really easy by stacking extra poison. So we did get value out of it in the meantime. Yeah, I do. I have got a Thorns hat. So what, you want me to go up to... No, but I can't get to... I can't get to 6. Right? If I swap the Thorns, I go to 5-3. And I don't have another set of Thorns. Take the hat. That hat is better than the old hat that we were being told about. You want me to head and armor switch? Yes, that is just strictly better. I get more thorns out of doing that. Okay. Better boots. Armor and head. We still stay 4-4, but now we get 5 extra thorns and 4 extra armor. None of those are particularly useful. You commit suicide, you commit suicide. Thornclad? We are Thornclad. Darkthorn, Ironclad. The enemy smacks into us. Every time they go to smack into us, to start with, they're hurting barriers and taking Thorns damage. If they get through all of our massive armor and barriers, then we still have lots of regen and a massive health pool. No, we take the Convert extra armor into... Well, armor lost gets converted into free barriers. Poison stick. Another poison stick. No, I should probably stack those. How far are we away from the blacksmith? A long way. I might even have thrown these away by then. It keeps offering me poison stick. I already have a maxed out poison stick. I don't need more poison stick. Potion, potion. More poison stick, fine. Three enemies in a row commit suicide on our spiny body. You stack. We're doing well enough against these enemies that I'm kind of okay with taking the stronger enemies for better rewards into here. Stronger enemies, better rewards. Looks like we've got the sustain, defensive sustain for it. Another poisonous branch. Fine, but only because I expect to be able to stack it. Yep, the game does give me the extra poisonous branch. It's the only item it knows how to give me. Epic boots are better than non-epic. Hat, what do we do here? If only there was a level 4. Level 4 poisonous branch. I think I do the armor. We're even spikier and armored-er. And all the enemies commit suicide attacking into our spiny body. We get another one of those. We'll stack those together and take you. None of these are overly useful. You are still a better rarity than that, though. You aren't an epic. Doggo commits suicide. Okay. First. Epic, epic, epic. Mythic armor we don't want. We accept that we're not going to be using that hat. Or you. Or I could do this, this, and that. And go for a blue reroll. No, blue reroll useless. So go back to trying to reroll that orange. It pays off. We can armor stack the defense armor all the way to the max. So the maximum legendary defense armor. 41 base armor. Better boots. They are even better already, so they can be swapped out. Neither of those is particularly useful to us. You're at least epic. The Rose Whip. Lifesteal is kind of a big deal. I'm going to accept that, and we're going to store it and see if we can't level it up. But for the moment, I'd rather keep 4-4. The next tier of armor, but I've already super leveled the legendary one, so it's hard to imagine that getting better than that. That's at least epic. I am honestly doing more damage with the thorns than with my weapons. Rare. Throw the rare. Throw the boots away, accept the potions. That necklace could end up being useful for manipulating our percent, like relative balance of Darkthorn to Spiky, to Ironside. So we'll keep it around. For now at least. The dagger stacks. Zombie commits suicide. Mushroom commits suicide. Am I willing to get rid of the ring? I guess we say yes. We're going to stop carrying that around. Okay. You. Armor that I don't want. I think I re-roll you, rather than trying to stack the purples. No, we get another armor that I don't want. Sucks to be me. Yes. Another level of that amulet. You're at least epic. Lizard Man goes first, because you're kind of a doggo, and the doggos scale in frightening ways. Epic. Okay, free upgrade. In one sense, it should be this. Like, I could trade this for that, and then I could have the whip instead of the sword. I do prefer the one regen from this and the 2 thorns to the guard, but for the sake of keeping our stuff in ratio whilst gaining a lifesteal attack, I like that more. I'm not killing him quickly enough, and his attack is going up too quickly, so we'll spend 2 of our poison potions. It's time to spend a healing potion. And another healing potion. And another healing potion. And another... Ay, ay, ay. But then we get there. Whew. Ironside, or do we reroll and try and get Darkthorn Ironside? Greed. My greed is punished. We'll just take the Ironside pure. Here we go. We get the Ultra Armor. The armor of every turn. Gain armor equal to your base armor. Which then combos so well with our armor becomes free barriers. Yes. It does mean giving up the super leveled up Legendary one. But that basically gains us one barrier every 3 turns now. In fact, it's more than... Oh no, it's still 1 barrier every 3 turns. Yeah, 1 barrier every 3 turns, we'll say. Between 3 and 4. Epic. Now we want a base armor max. You stack, and stacking is probably going to become a necessity. They all suck. Not interested in any of those. Reroll. Maybe the shield is useful eventually. We will store it. But I think I prefer having 2 weapons. They're useless. Take the rarest. Doggo dies of poison now, so there's no need to attack Doggo. This is arguably a better weapon, so we keep that. Maybe we change into it instead of the little poison branch. You stack. Final bonus. Do we want? When you restore health while being at full health, gain temporary armor. That works so well without, like, that. We get regen from this. This regen becomes armor. That armor becomes barrier. Or, equipped stuff counts for double. That would let us get level 3 Darkthorn and level 3 Ironclad at the same time. So it's definitely one of these two. I don't care about the weak netting thing. The difference between 4 and 6 here is 3 extra regen and triple regen to passive damage versus you are 1 extra guard and 1 extra damage per broken barrier plus 3%. That kind of doubles the damage that the barrier breaking effect has. I have 5 current regen. This would give us 7. No, I think this, and then we just have infinite armor from both our passive armor gain from the armor of generate extra armor, and from this generates our regen into armor. I think I live without these two being their final thing. Let's look at our armor gain per turn. 59. Yeah, We only went down in armor by 2. Even though we were attacking Spiny Man and he attacked us back. I might need the hat. I hope not to need the hat. Next level whip. I need to make space, so you and you. And now I face some real decisions. Do I go up to level 6 Ironclad? I could do it. We could lose the branch. And trade into the slightly crappier hat. I'm going to say yes. To maximize the damage those things take on breaking a barrier. $120 armor. 130 armor. Now they're finally getting to attack our armor. But even then our armor is almost going up. Stack the hat. Now it's arguably about the same as the other hat. Just that it only does armor instead of doing thorns. Goodbye, crappy armor. Technically, you are legendary. So goodbye. Well, actually, how much stuff do I have that is stacked? No, I have 2 things that are stacked. Ah, but I have you as well. So I have 3 things that are stacked. So actually, you are the least valuable. Healing item is better than armor I don't want. Not really interested in any of those. Not really interested in any of those. I guess the hat is less good than those boots. Nope. Okay, what do we auto level up? Arguably it should be the whip. But I think I'd rather do the armor. Yeah, I'd rather do the armor. Raising our base armor class raises how much it raises per turn. So that gave us what? 15 extra armor, which is like 2 extra armor per turn. And means we definitely now are 3 turns per barrier, not 4. Actually, we're between 2 and 3. I'll take the whip. We will throw away you, for the sake of maybe being able to stack the whip higher. None of these are that interesting. The wizard's hat does stack, though. I was actually gaining armor faster than that last guy was managing to do it. None of these stack. Not interested. Okay. This armor is definitely better than this armor now. This we can try and re-roll into another level 3 of the same tier? No, only a level 2. Oh well, level 2. Level 2 Briar armor, but I'm not interested in the Briar armor either. We can go you, and you to re-roll a level 2 again. We get Thorny Crown. It is noticeably nicer than this hat, but I don't want to lose my level 6 Ironclad. We're currently trying to get the Ironclad victory. I could trade the hat for this and then trade the whip for this. Actually, what I should do is trade that for the... I should have traded these two a long time ago. There's no reason not to be doing 3 extra damage and 10% stun. Use those to re-roll that. There's one more blacksmith before we're done. I think we're accepting that this amulet is not going to replace that one. So I should try and do one more re-roll. The trouble is, yeah, there's only really that medium ironclad ring, the bludgeon one. And we threw one away because this one was a higher level. And truthfully, the Thorns effect is nicer than the bludgeon effect, given that we are Tank Man. You're at least legendary for the sake of blacksmith effects. He's committing suicide against our barriers. Yeah, getting the ring would let us swap the hat for the nicer hat. And that would then gain more thorns than I'm losing. I'd lose a little bit of base armor. You're both at least epic. I don't like the way he's scaling up Spiky Man. There we go. None of these are that interesting. They're going to give me another hat that I'm not allowed. No, they give me another armor that I don't want. Let multi-attack man commit suicide into our barrier. Yeah, we'll take even more epic necklaces that we can't use. I should be doing the doggo here, actually, because doggo scales in an extremely horrifying way. I think we might well get to the final boss, but then the final boss is going to scale horrendously and poison us to death again. Potion, potion. Yes, level up our weapon. That is very appreciated. I'd rather kill Poison Man next. You at least stack. Oof. Legendary is better than epic. Final chances. 1, 2, 3. We could take the hat all the way up to maximum, but we're not allowed to use the hat. You. And then a weapon we're not allowed to use either. Ultra Shield. But I don't want to lower my damage. It would let me trade the ring... No, the hat. But I'd be giving up the lifesteal on this. And about a third to a half of our base damage. Which isn't worth it. Although, getting that regen is... You're also doing a scary amount of damage now, friend. And I don't have an anti-damage potion for you. Woo! Heal. Heal. Wound kill. We do the armor. Takes our base armor up to... This build feels not strong enough for the boss, I agree. But we'll see how well we do. We're doing fairly well here because if he attacks into the barrier, he costs himself a lot of his health percent. But our armor is starting to run out. $13. 17. 10. 2. Now the poison is going to start doing stuff. Whew. The minions seem... This is a boss, so it's allowed to because he's a boss man. One anger, so I'm sure to kill you. We use up our bonus life. Okay, absolute final boss. We would care about killing the damage man first. He almost committed suicide by attacking all our barriers. If he could keep doing that, I'd be very happy. He's down to half health from committing suicide into our barriers. A third health. But we're about to run out of armor. I think I have to spend my heal here, or else I die because of all the extra woundings. Victory! Last guy can't hurt us faster than we generate armor. 'Tis but a scratch. Beat the game with level 6 Ironclad. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. What won us it there? What won us it was we generated lots of extra barriers. Well, this generates armor at the end of every turn, and so does our regen from the Thorn set. The armor gets converted into barrier via this passive, and then our high-level Ironclad set says when the enemy attacks and hurts one of our barriers, they take percent-based damage based on their max health. So, Big Boss Man killed himself by percent chip damage breaking our barriers. Neat. What do we still need to do? We still need to do both of the cultists, samurai, wizard, accidentally kill yourself, and pirate. And villager, but I don't see villager being plausible. Maybe if you got a really good build and had double axes, maybe then the villager one would be plausible, but it seems all but impossible to, I think, beat it on the higher difficulty. More plausible back down at baby difficulty. And there's a reason the achievement is called This Is Meant to Be an Early Game Set. We won with Doggo, we'll move along to Catgirl. What passives did we roll? Trash Panda 1, that they never trash panda into something worse. Weakness when you attack, who cares? And get an extra healing potion, who cares? No, it's going to be the Trash Panda 1. Equip the Sword of Good Luck. The other weapon. Next we want some armor, ideally. Or more weapon. Or we could start trash pandering. No, I should stack them. Unless we get offered another wooden sword. I don't want any of those. Maybe the dodge boots? Reroll. Regen Amulet. Regen Amulet's an easy win. Kill Fluffy Bun Bun. Good luck. Shoes. One more and we'll have triggered the Good Luck Villager set. Good luck hat. There we go. So now we get even better items. At the cost of the fact that we're using kind of bad for damage and bad for defense equipment at the moment. The ring! Or the pretty nice armor. I'm actually going to take the pretty nice armor. The Trash Panda one that says we can't Trash Panda into a lower rarity. And then what are our second tier ones now that we can see them? There's this one that I could see you using to cheese the final boss. This says gain damage amplification for everything that you've trashed this combat. So I could see you, instead of storing up lots of potions for the final boss, just store a full grid of items, throw literally everything away on the first turn, and get what? Like 100 and... like approaching 200 extra damage amplification? Anyway, Trash Panda for the moment. For the tier 2 ones, if the enemy is statused, when they die, their status is moved to the next one is quite nice. Critical strikes gain 20 rage. If you've built crit chance high enough that that will trigger regularly, that's quite good. And then the one we said that we could see being used to cheese the boss with the trash equals bonus damage for this fight. I should take the Shotel and we should keep maxing the Shotel. But we're feeling the effect of wearing our peasant stuff. Our offense is no longer up to snuff. Take you because we can recycle you into something about the same tier. Do we trade you for the Shotel? No, I prefer the Shotel. Roll you again. Necklace that we don't want. Combine the Shotels, stack into the other Shotel. Recycle the necklace, recycle the boots. It's not giving us anything we particularly want. Oh, so much poison damage. Rare boots. I think it's time to stop being a peasant. We're taking too much damage. Recycle the other. We get a really nice cloak. That is the best single dodge item. And it's only one armor less than that. I'm going to accept that. Instead we cycle out of yours. Already the dodging paying off. We dodge Mr. Snake. Recycle the shoes, recycle that. That is not better than the regen amulet. Dodge paying off. Take the hat. The hat is better than the good luck hat. Makes our dodge all the way up to 25%. Recycle one of these each. Fail. Well, we take the stat boost. We got base dodge chance, which is a fantastic one to get. Kill Fluffy Bun Bun. Recycle these two. I've already Shotel maxed. But arguably I should replace the peasant one with the other Shotel so that we trigger the first level of Sylvan bonus. And then Sylvan hat over this hat. This hat is giving us the rogue set bonus. So not at the moment. Recycle the other thing instead. Maybe if we could get a rogue amulet. Or a rogue weapon instead of the Shotel. They're all equally unappealing. Recycle, recycle. You are a rogue weapon. So I trade the hat away, the weapon away and the hat. Net effect, we still keep our set bonuses, but we have a slightly nicer hat. Boots? They do dodge. We are trying to dodge max at the moment. So fine. I'll trade slightly less armor for slightly more dodge boots. Level up the regen amulet. Recycle these two. Fail. Recycle. You fail. Recycle you. Recycle you. The Shamshir. No. If I get a different source of rogue set bonus, then the Shamshir is better than the stealth dagger. But until then, no. Take the boots. Recycle the boots. It wants me to stack those together. I say no. We stack them up to the next tier of rarity. But next tier hat. And that hat is at least as good as this hat, but with extra armor instead. So I trade the hat, which means we trade the weapon, and we still keep our set bonuses, one of each. And then we can afford to go you into a green. But then I'm out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I should do some rerolls then. So... boots. Try rerolling them. We don't get anything better. Reroll the hat. Reroll you. That's a ring that's actually better than a ring of nothing. Like, we're currently not using a ring, so... even if it's not a very big effect, it's better than not having an effect at all. Try for... that's actually a better ring for what we're doing. We are doing dodge, so the counterattack is good, and the swiftness is also quite helpful. So we're glass cannon-y. We want to kill the enemy before they get their turn. I should have done some recycling there, my bad. Recycle, recycle. Better boots than the boots we're using. Trade into them. None of those are particularly attractive. Gold chest. The next tier of cloak. It's slightly worse at dodging, but it is instead considerably better at armor and far better at actually having any other thing. It has counterattack built in. So, do we say yes to that? I think we say yes to that. Then we recycle the hat, the armor. That might be worth it if we try and do the Ronin this run. We haven't done the Samurai... level 6 Samurai win. Our doggo came close. You want me to build that armor thing. Recycle the ring. The boots. Fail. Nothing that we want. Take the rarest. Recycle you. You. Fail. Nothing that we want. That's at least uncommon. Some free potions. And because we're Catgirl, we get an extra one. Goodbye you. Goodbye you. Still nothing that we want. So it looks like we might actually stack these together Yes, we get a regen amulet, which is really good. One more and we've maxed out our regen amulet. Recycle that. We get an increase in rarity. Recycle you. You would also stack. So that's 2 stacked things. I want to store that as well. Rearrange so that I know items that I want to keep, items that I don't want to keep. You're a better rarity. You work with the trash panda. Don't decrease in rarity. We're going to try and cycle for another healing amulet. I suppose we're also trying to get the assassin's cloak and the assassin's hat. But those are lesser wants. Actually, should have thrown away that one. I'm an idiot. You, and you. A purple. We could do samurai, and it's better than the... Well, it's not better than that necklace, so no. We recycle you. I'm not interested in a shield. I'm not interested in that armor. But I get to reroll for free, so we don't do anything else there. We accept that those boots are bad, and we trade these 3 into another blue. And then we are done. Now, do I recycle you or the blues? I should recycle you until I get a purple I like, which we are failing at. You're at least uncommon. Keep recycling our purple until we get something we're interested in. The samurai sword we are interested in. Am I willing to give up my Sylvan set bonus? Actually, no. 10% swiftness and 5 damage amp every attack is better than the 10% crit chance on this for the moment, but maybe it gets better, so we'll put it into storage. We are definitely in need of some sort of life gain. In addition to this amulet, our armor is just not holding up long enough for the, well, our armor is either not holding up long enough or we're not killing them quickly enough, given how little armor we have. Doesn't really matter. Try and recycle you. Try and recycle you. I get the same thing as I put in. Snack should go first. Okay, that's a fight that actually gets us some health back. Nah, game doesn't want to give me it. I could level up the samurai sword. It is our rarest thing. Or I could do the regen amulet, and then I don't have to keep cycling trying to get a regen amulet. Or I could do the dodge cloak. I like the dodge cloak. Our dodge is now up to 43. And our counter is 40. So we're kind of dodge counter man. I can take one set of attacks. I'd rather be angry. Let's also do our cycling. No, we don't get anything we're interested in. I need to use a regen potion. Done. Oh, we didn't counterattack? That sucks, but they're dead. Only 1 potion used up. Not too bad. What passives do we want here? We probably should try and do the ninja at the moment. So we get offered a ninja samurai. That's a good combo for us. The boss chest. Ultra assassin weapon. which gives you basically infinite crit chance. Wow, it's a really high crit chance and high crit. It's low base damage, but it gives you crit chance and multiplier. And we also had the medium passive for crits give you rage. So those two have obvious synergy. That's useless to us, that's useless to us. I think we do accept you. We even got lucky and it leveled up. So we abandoned the Shotel for that. Now we're level 4 assassin. Our crit chance is up to 60. I should do my recycling. So we recycle... I'm trying to get more of the amulet, the hat, and the cloak, and the boots. So I like recycling our rares at the moment. Fail. We get offered another hat. Takes our dodge to just under 50%. Starting to be truly respectable. Did we get anything done today? Yes, Decoy. We just won with a spectacular ironclad build. We were... We had the armor of get armor every turn based on your max armor. And the final boss killed himself by throwing himself at our barriers and doing percent-based damage to himself. We had the passive for whenever you lose armor 15, get an extra barrier. And we had the other passive for overhealing gets converted into bonus armor. So it was all in on the regen, armor. Like, regen goes to armor goes to barrier goes to killing the enemy via passive. The passive percent-based bonus effect of the class. The hat. I should have done my recycling. I'm an idiot. Recycle. Recycle. You aren't better than that, so no. We came fairly close earlier with one other build, but the boss poisoned us to death. Like, we killed the final boss's two little minions really well, but we just didn't have enough to kill the final boss. Our damage... We had the damage amp starts high and goes down over time. And that eventually crippled our damage output. That plus the final bosses adding extra weakness. Eventually we were just doing 0 damage. Near enough. And dying to its poison. An epic? Reroll these. None of those are interesting to us. None of those are interesting to us either. We ditch you because we're still trying to get hat and amulet. Fail. You and you go. We take an epic. A rare. I should be re-rolling my epics at the moment, really. But I'm going to keep doing my rares because I want to finish off this. No such luck. Okay, I give up on these. We're going to start doing the epic instead. Don't want that. Don't want that. Rare is better than uncommon. Stack the 2 uncommons. You... Pirate ring? No. Definitely not alchemist staff. That stacks with my current weapon, so fine. Second passive, and we get to look at our tier 3 ones, instead of being surprises. We get offered Schrodinger's cat. Everyone takes double damage, but you gain an invulnerability every other turn. This kind of works with our dodge. Like you say, On the turn that you have invulnerable, you might be lucky enough to dodge all the enemy's attacks and get to stack the invulnerables. The other one is Vampirism. 15% base lifesteal permanently, that increases to 30% on the very first turn of combat. That is a huge percent lifesteal. Normally things are like between 1 and 3%. So 15 is big, big, big. Or, if you have an empty hand slot, you get to do 3 attacks. So give up 1 item slot in exchange for triple damage. Maybe. I'm thinking either that one and the gain invulnerabilities one. For here we were going to do the crits do make me rage, because we have high enough crit chance that it's actually going to trigger fairly often. We should do our recycling. So you and you fail. Take the epic. We get rid of the uncommon shield. New recycling. No. Maybe? I should maybe keep this as replacing that amulet eventually when we want to become full samurai. That's rarer than the uncommon. Don't want the shield ever. You could be better than this, but I'm already invested in our rogue build, so no. This is all blech. Get rid of you. It's not like I have enough tier 2 other things to care about the stacking in that way. I guess it's time to admit that that armor isn't going anywhere. So I should throw that armor away as our next space make. I'm an idiot. The recycling's getting in the way. I should have done you. Then I should have done the armor. You and you. Space for potions. Nope. Reroll you. Yes, we can stack those rings. Then we reroll you. Trying to get either the hat, or the cloak, or the boots. These all suck. Reroll you. Fail. Reroll you. Fail. I don't want any of them. Reroll you. Fail. Reroll you. Fail. Ooh, actually, partial success in that we tiered it up into the next rarity. Samurai hat. Could end up better than that hat. So bin you entirely. Add this to our ones that we're kind of keeping. Recycle you. Recycle you. Double fail. Do I think I'm good enough for stronger enemies for stronger rewards? We will try. Doesn't feel like a stronger reward. We bin you. Fail. Bin you. Fail. Trade you in for the boots. Recycle you. Fail. Recycle you. Fail. Armor that stacks, but we're still too far away from the blacksmith to care. I should just take the epic. Recycle you. No, not the wizard's thing. Not the cultist hat. Lifesteal ring. And it is a rogue ring. That is worth actually looking at. And keeping around. Goodbye hat. Goodbye you. Fail. What do we level up? I should do the weapon, because it's our highest rarity. You. I can stack those, and then you. Don't want that. The rare hat. That almost lets us hat max. I guess we accept that that armor's going nowhere. Try and recycle for hat maxing. Fail. It gives us a copy of that hat. Alright. Why not? Try cycling for the hat. Fail, it rares up. Try cycling the other hat. Which means that's now no longer in storage. We've accepted that we're not going to get the samurai version of that hat. Epic is better than non-epic. Okay. Epic, epic, epic into super samurai shoes, which then means we can trade. They're already slightly better, and they're only going to get even betterer. What do we do next? I think we accept that this is gone. And I might finally accept that we're never doing that necklace. Fail. Recycle you. Recycle you. Still fail. Rearrange the potions. But yeah, it's probably time to trade out of the regen amulet. There's a better necklace. So, Samurai one is traded for lifesteal, and then the old way of gaining life is traded for even more crit damage. And that triggers being a level 6 rogue, which boosts our chance to crit even more. We're up to 90%. 90% chance to crit. When we crit, we get an extra attack. All those attacks lifesteal. Try recycling the boots. There are still hat, cloak, amulet things that I would like at that rarity. Can you chain into more attack? No, it's only the first crit that gets an extra attack. You can't, like, if you get 100% crit chance, you don't just get to do infinite attacks. Shadow shoes? No. Reroll. I will take... No. I thought you were this one. It looks the same. It's very similar. But it's not quite the same thing. We'll just take a random epic. But first I should do my recycling. Fail. Do my recycling. Now I'm actually getting unlucky when I upgrade my rares to epics, because I'm losing rares to use to try and fill out my already partially upgraded stuff. So actually I'm going to start throwing away epics for rares so that I can, there we go, recycle into, yes, the hat! We get to hat max. That takes our dodge to just under 60%. Into stuff we want. Now the only thing I want is one more of that necklace and that armor. The dodge cape. Or the dodge and counter cape. It's more counter than dodge, but it's still pretty good at dodging. Now I get more hat, but I've already maxed the hat. Too late, she cried. No, we get unlucky and it upgrades to an epic. I throw that epic away, it's no use to me, neither are you. Now I'm actually full. So I face new questions about what do we make space with. Probably the samurai ring. No, but I want to become a samurai at the end and try and win as a samurai. So... the healing amulet is what I should do next. You are no longer part of our real item set. Second samurai weapon. Sure. Neither of those. I don't have space. So, alas, no. Yes. But I have to make space for that, so... delete one of my rares. That gets us one step closer to being... max Japan necklace, the medium necklace. I don't have anything I actually want to do here. I'm trying to keep this ring to trade out for that one. Although I might actually keep that as the sole assassin thing that I... well... We'll probably get rid of the weapon. We probably get rid of the cloak and the hat, and I probably keep that one. I might keep the hat. Actually, no, I like the cloak the most. So these two probably go. I keep the cloak. So I do care about the ring more than that ring. Do our recycling. I get somewhat lucky, but it means I need to store another thing. Just said we don't care about that ring more than this ring. I could flip it back now and start re-rolling you. Fail. Fail. It's gonna hurt the first time that an enemy gets through my armor and I no longer have lifesteal. Or we could immediately have the Japan Ultra Amulet. So goodbye to you, Japan Ultra Amulet have. What do I want to recycle? That. I want either the sword or the... I don't need this necklace anymore, because I've got the better necklace. So I can even recycle these. Trying to get more swords. And actually, I don't need the Shamshir now, so the sword is better than that sword. I should have swapped those around. Keeps trying to give me the lifesteal necklace. Or ring, I should say. Trade you. Bin you. Bin you. Bin you. Samurai ring, yes please. We level up. I want to say the cloak. That's the one I'm committing to keeping. It gives us an absurd amount of counterattack. We try and find a better Japan hat. You want to kill this guy first before this one. We apply 2 poison to you and then we start stabbing you in the face. Unfortunately, my counterattack means this one is dying too quickly. So, even more anger. Try and force the issue on the dragon that I want dead first. Recycle you. Recycle you. Neither of them is what I want. Rearrange so that I'm only keeping things that we actually care about. Okay. Easy. We get offered 2 assassin ones. Do I re-roll and try and get a free... No, because I can go up to 6 just by getting rid of the weapon. No, I will greed. I'm actually in a position I'm allowed to greed. My greed is Rewarded with an extra free level of Samurai. Now I don't have to give up the Ultra Crit Chance dagger. Okay, we get our first thing. Do we want the Amulet of Generate Legendaries? Considering that I still need to level up the boots and the amulet, and I could get a better weapon. There's the hammer instead of this sword. I'm quite tempted by that. What are the other two? The other two is the after your first dodge, your second dodge only takes half. You take half damage when you fail your second dodge, or any other subsequent dodges one. But that's just not as good as this. Well, it is as good as this, but it's harder to level up. Or the Dagger of insta-kill enemies under 40%, which we've never seen if it works on a boss. Do we science out whether this works on bosses here? I think the better thing is the amulet. These two, I think, are better than this. This requires me to give up a samurai-ness that I don't really want to do, and that I wouldn't get back. The only way I'd get it back is if I got a samurai hat, and the samurai hats are low-level hats, and we've already thrown them all away. So I don't think it's the correct choice to take this. I think it's these two. And of them, would I rather the hard to level up thing or the thing that helps us level up everything else? The thing that helps us level up everything else. Now, unfortunately, that also means that I'm giving up a Japanese-ness, but I'm not giving it up permanently. I'm only giving it up temporarily. No, that amulet is better than this amulet. Well, actually, is it? You probably go to like 18% swiftness. Would I trade one guard for 12% swiftness? I don't think I would. I think I like this one more. We can have both at the moment, though. We're not space-starved. Do I need any more rares? In theory, I need that ring if I want that ring to be leveled up. So I guess I take the... No, but I'm trying to fill out... Well, let's assume that the weapon gets replaced by a hammer. Yeah, I like trying to get the ring more, I think. Ooh, there is a Japan hat. Fine, I'll allow that as well. We recycle you. It levels up against our will, and you. We get enough to go Ultra on the Japan sword. We can Ultra-ify the only Swiftness ring. Oh, sorry, the only Swiftness necklace. So we're ready for when we want to trade back. Yeah, that's definitely worth more than the guard. You are actually kind of bad. We get given one of the Japan hammer. The hammer is currently noticeably worse than the leveled up sword. Yeah. I'd prefer the 63% chance of a... Like, I'd rather the swiftness stacking than the stun chance. I should do my recycling. But you are going into storage. If we level this up enough, then it can replace that. I still want that ring. So we take the lower rarity trying to recycle it into the ring I want. Fail. Same deal again. We try and recycle you. Fail, and it levels up in rarity. Well, it tiers up in rarity. I shouldn't say level up, because level up is a separate mechanic. I've already got that max amulet, so that's not useful. I'd rather have more rares for recycling. I've already maxed you, and you tiered up. Okay, final one. Decision time. Do we take the only use one weapon but get 3 attacks, or everyone takes double damage, you get an invulnerable? I'm gonna play fast and loose with the invulnerable. That means that at least for a little while I want to change back to the lifesteal until I get back on full health. I need to make space again, though. So you go away, you go away. You go away, you go away. Otherwise, I don't have space for this to generate free mythics. Recycle. Recycle. Fail. We finish healing, so I can change the ring back. Rare. Change the ring back. I do get a free legendary, but it's not one that we're interested in. On the other hand, I'd like to get the shoes done, so maybe I stop trying for these and I start trying for the shoes. Fail. The shoes and the hammer. Yeah, I've got 2 chances of getting something useful if I'm doing that. Whereas I only really have 1 chance of getting the ring to be useful. Fail. Goodbye. So much of this. Keep failing at rolling the shoes or the hammer. Steam discussion have no answer on the execute. It's just that there's one other insta-kill ability that specifically doesn't kill bosses, and this one doesn't, like, that dagger doesn't mention that it doesn't kill bosses where the other one does. But whether they just forgot to add the text or whether it does kill bosses, yeah. Until we've scienced it out, I'm saying it could be that they forgot to write the text. I just want to have space so that I can generate a free one. Fail. Fail. We do get the shoes, so we get to progress on shoe maxing, which also helps our dodge. Our dodge is up to 73%. It's very, very respectable dodge. Fail. The lifesteal ring is okay, but only because it can instantly stack. Please, I need more space. What do I get rid of? You. This is already maxed, so I don't need that. No, so none of you. 1, 2, fail. Lifesteal is the only one of them that's even slightly tempting. No. No. Fail. You are a legendary. We're trying to roll more shoes and more hammers. We get a free upgrade. I could do this. But the aim was eventually to trade back into the swiftness one. It looks like I should do the hammer at the moment. Or the shoes to finish the shoes. I'm going to do the shoes to finish the shoes, because it gets our dodge. Every last extra % of dodge where we're at the moment is more valuable than the last %, because the difference between 80%, like 70% dodge and 80% dodge, and then 80% dodge and 90% dodge, the 80 to 90 is twice as effective. So every remaining % dodge we get is getting closer and closer to being infinite dodge, although it caps out at 95. None of those. Recycle you, fail. None of those. Recycle you. We wouldn't mind another Japan amulet. It might get better than that one. Or that one. Still a bit questionable whether it does. But then I don't have space. I guess I just keep this and hope that we roll the amulet before we roll the hammer. Or do we embrace that this is going to be better than you? That in against the boss fight, that 3 guard is just not that much. But my dodge is so high that guard is a lot. And what level samurai-ness do we need for the achievement? Some of them need 6 and some of them only need 5. The samurai needs 6. So I do have to trade. I can't have the lifesteal ring. Unless I give up the hat. I don't want to give up this. It's giving us crit over 100. I don't want to give up this. This is too much dodge. But the hat is also so much dodge. I think I'd actually be most willing to give up this. I'd be willing to give up damage but retain my dodge. That becomes the samurai one. That becomes the lifesteal one, and this becomes the hammer. So we're actually going to say, you are forfeit. The hammer, but the hammer means I need to make space. I've got nothing to combine. You are useless to me, blacksmith. Recycle. That almost lets us hammer max. But now I'm going to be out of space. We will accept that one potion goes bye-bye. And it gives me another one of these. No. The shoes, but we've already shoe maxed. No. Come on, help me hammer max. No. Give me... It gives me multiple sets of the shoes. Give me the hammer. Reroll. There we go. Hammer. 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 And we said the hammer was going to replace this, which really hurts our crit chance. But we go all the way up to level 6 samurai. Do I do that now, or do I carry around... I think we stay like this until the final boss. We only trade into being maximum samurai for the final boss. And maybe we can build another hammer? Or else finish the necklace is what the rest of our recycling is for now. Yep, we get to start building another hammer. So much blue equipment feels weird. They are high dodge blue equipment. And dodge is OP. You. It tears up. Nope, and now I need to make space if I want these. Do I want these more than I want the other stuff? Is there no orange dodge? We've got some boots of orange dodge, but there's no orange dodge in the classes that we've built. There's orange dodge in Fairy and in Fairy and one of the cultists and Pirate and Forest, but there isn't better dodge in Assassin and Samurai, really. I think there's one hat that's about as good as that, but we've already max leveled this, so we're just sort of sitting on the one that we've max leveled. You are trading for that, but eventually... You are trading for this, but eventually... I want to carry these potions, though. Do I swap to these now, then? Yeah, I think I have to swap now. I've run out of space, and I do want to carry the potions. So... Wait, no. No, I've got the necklace. The necklace gets us about as it, so that's fine. Yep. You go. 1, 2... You also go. Potion. Bin. Bin. Fail. Yeah, like this. Pirate has nice dodge in high tier, and the Ranger has nice dodge in high tier, but not the classes that we're after. I should probably keep the one I have and be recycling rather than relying on this generating one more, only one-fifth of the time. This re-rolling twice is 2 guarantees, whereas this is only a chance at 1. You all suck. Although I should wait for throwing you away until we see whether the event gives us one. Still no hammer. Hammer or amulet is what we're after. Lifesteal Ring is trying to tempt me to level it up as well. No, I'm not willing to give up a potion. There we go, we can hammer max. Which means now you are better than the Swiftness Sword. Another one of these. No, don't want them. Trade you for you. Goodbye, Swiftness Sword. It does hurt our overall swiftness. We're now only slightly better than Coin Flip, but such is the cost. Maybe it is better staying with that then. Well, it actually probably is, because between my crit no longer being so high and my swiftness no longer being so high, I'm not going to double attack enough of a percent. Yeah, I'm going to keep you for the moment. Take the shoes, we'll trade you back. Maybe if we get another hammer, but we don't. And this is the end. So it's time to do our final one. What do we do? I think we do the amulet. And then we trade our amulets over. Fail. So the amulets may swap. This gives us level 6 samurai. Let's go. Yeah. Counterattack. Counterattack gets a crit, so we get another attack. One of those two attacks triggers swiftness, or the other way around, where the first attack gets swiftness and then one of those two gets crit, so we get the third. It's better keeping these percents higher together than the extra stun. That spent our invulnerability, but that's fine. I'm not poisoned enough that we care. Final boss man. I want you dead immediately. I want you to do no damage. I want to be angry. I'm okay with re-rolling these. Nothing useful. I want you to die extra quick. Let's go. Okay, we got rid of the one that grants them extra attack. We've stunned the boss. We've even got an invulnerability in storage, but it's being spent on the poison, sadly. We spend our status clear. No poison issue. But that poison is just frighteningly much poison frighteningly quickly. I was on full health! Full! A ludicrous amount of poison. So close. So close. So close. Oh well. Anyone up and about? It's Blobber's dinner time. Yet so far, says Executor. Yeah. Pizza Nord is up and around. I'm gonna go have some comfort dinner. We did do some progress today though, right? We got the ironclad one done. So, I am happy with that progress, and I'm still enjoying the game. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We will probably be doing a Wii game, Wii Wednesday. But we might do more of this, we'll see. For now, cheers all, thank you for hanging out. Have a lovely day all. Catch you tomorrow, eh? Nice when chat's lovely.